Yo, what up guys, this is your boy Yuki here, and today we're going to be doing another deck profile. It is late at night right now. I am still sick, but I am going to continue to give you guys some good deck profiles right now. So today, as you guys can see based on the video, the title, and the thumbnail, we're going to be doing the Yuma Tsukumo ceremonial deck profile, the deck that he used against Astral in their ceremonial deck. In their ceremonial duel, my bad. And yeah, so I'm just gonna kind of get into it. This deck is, I'm just gonna say, this deck is really fun, very entertaining, and it's just so much fun. Obviously, we didn't get to see all the cards he used in the deck, so obviously I kind of filled in the space based on the theme that he was going in, as we're about to find out. So yeah, so here's the deck right here. So he had a lot of Gagaga. It was a Gagaga deck based on the description on Yu-Gi-Oh! Wiki, and it also had Gogogo combos and Dododo monsters. So it basically has all of that in here. So we have Gagaga Magician, Gagaga Gardna, Gagaga Guardian. This is an anime card. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack, you can special summon this card from your hand and face up defense. It's very similar to Gagaga Gardna, but not exactly the same, obviously. We got Gagaga Mancer, it's TCG effect, Gagaga Girl, Gagaga Caesar, Gagaga Clerk, Gagaga Kid, Gogogo Golem. Now we're going into the Gogogo monsters. Those were the Gagaga monsters. Gogogo Golem, Gogogo Giant, Gogogo Ghost, Gogogo Gigas, and this is a Gogogo Golem Golden Form. This actually wasn't a card in the anime per se. It was a form that he used when he dueled against Shark in the Heartland tournament or whatever, in the World Duel Carnival, and he used a quick play spell card to transform Gogogo Golem into this form. But this isn't a real card in the show, but they made it into a real card in the Duelist pack. So yeah, this is pretty cool. Basically his effect is like you tribute a Gogogo monster you control, and this card's original attack becomes double that monster's original attack. So he becomes very powerful, and he could get over some stuff. He also has a negating effect as well. I think he could decrease his own attack by 1500 to negate I think a monster effect or something. Yeah, to negate a monster effect. So pretty cool, comes in handy. He actually gets over some pretty big stuff, which is great. Next we have the Dododo monsters. We got Dododo Witch, we got Dododo Bot, the original Dododo Warrior, and Dododo Buster. These are your level 6s, and there is a rank 6 in this deck, so we'll get into that. And the final Dododo monster is Dododo Swordsman. It's a level 8. He actually came pretty in handy. I actually got to summon him the way you're supposed to. I got to use his effect. He has a cool effect. You could he has 3,000 defense points, and if he's flipped face up, he gains 3,500 attack. So he's a 3,500 attack point monster if you flip summon him. And then on top of that, once he's flipped face up, you can target 2 face up monsters on the field, destroy them. I actually did that in my test duel against Little Yugi's ceremonial deck, and this actually came in handy. It was pretty cool. And the easy way to summon this guy out on the field or set him would be to use Dododo Witch's effect. When it's normal summoned or special summoned, you could special summon one Dododo monster from your hand in attack position or face down defense position. So that's pretty much the combo. You could just wait, where is it? Yeah, you could just summon this and then set this and then let it flip up. You pop two monsters, he becomes 3,500. So yeah, that's the cool part. This deck actually has some other plays. This build has some other plays to go for that aren't just the extra deck. So that's pretty cool. I actually really love that, because I know with Yuma's deck it can be kind of hard to do plays without the extra deck, so I'm glad that there's at least that kind of cool play that I've done, I think, twice already. Pretty cool. And then level 3 monsters, Zubaba Buster, Zubaba Knight. That's just to go to your rank 3 plays and stuff like that, you know, also to fill up some space. The final 2 cards, we got Bacon Saver, which is your Necro Gardna, and we got Rainbow Kuriboh. It's your Kuriboh. Simple as that, but yeah. So that's the monster lineup right there. Simple, straightforward. Gagaga monsters, Dododo monsters, Gogogo monsters, and then kind of like the rest are just kind of filler, you know, to fill in the room, some defensive cards, and you know, other plays and stuff like that. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the monsters. Spell cards. We got the Gagaga cards. We got Gagaga Draw, Gagaga Wind, Gagaga Revenge, an anime card, Gagaga X, Gagaga Cross, which is this is basically you target a Gagaga monster you control, and this card becomes a monster. It turns itself into a monster on the field and copies its level, attribute, name, all that. So it basically becomes a copy of that Gagaga monster. So you could go for XC summon. So very good, very powerful. I decided to run this over Gagaga Mirror because Mirror doesn't copy the attribute, and this does. No, not the attribute, the type, and this does. So this could copy like Gagaga Gardna. You could go for that overlay, and you could summon Excalibur because that requires 2 warrior monsters. So that helps if, you know, for that specific situation. So that's why I chose this. But yeah, the final one, Gagaga Slash of Clarity, the card that he used against Astral. Very broken, very powerful. It makes it so that your Gagaga monsters, I think it's all of them, right? No, it's just one of them. You target one of them, it can't be destroyed by battle. It can't be destroyed by battle. Also, if it battles an opponent's monster, its name and attack become the same as that monster. And then, since it can't be destroyed, once that monster is destroyed that you're attacking, your opponent takes damage equals to the original attack of the destroyed monster. So it's like a flame wingman, and that's really great. So if you combo this off with Gagaga, what's his name, Samurai, you attack twice, get over 2 things, and then burn for a whole bunch. So this card's really busted actually, and these effects only last until the end of that turn. But yeah, really busted effect. That's how he got over all the number monsters, all the hopes in the anime by doing that. It copies its name. Number monsters can only be destroyed by other numbers. So yeah, it's pretty awesome stuff. Pretty fun. Next we got just the generic spell cards, Xyz related spell cards and whatnot. Well, we got Monster Reborn obviously, and we got Double or Nothing, which is great, or Double Up Chance as I like to call it. And then the final Xyz related spell cards, we got Xyz Treasure, Xyz Revival anime cards, pretty much a premature burial, but for Xyz monsters. And then we got Re-Xyz. You guys already saw this in the last deck profile, but it's essentially a Monster Reborn for Xyz monsters, but it brings it back with its Xyz materials. So it's pretty much kind of like a Miracle Fusion sort of, and Monster Reborn in a way. So yeah, very powerful, very powerful. I love that card. It's really good. Put that over here. Finally, we got the traps. We got Guard Go. This is pretty much what makes this helps the deck out quite a lot, you know, if you draw it and stuff, because this makes it so if any of your Gagaga, Gogogo, or Dododo monsters are destroyed, you could bring that monster back and then special summon from your hand. Special summon up to 2 Gagaga, Dododo, or Gogogo monsters from your hand in defense position. So this allows you to swarm the field with the monsters that you have in your hand that have those names. So unfortunately, it doesn't also work with Zubaba, which kind of sucks. But other than that, it's pretty good. I used it once; it came in handy. But you know, this is there because obviously you have a lot of those monsters in this deck. Saying their name repeatedly is very tongue twisting and frustrating. Next we got Gagaga Mirage. It's an anime card. This basically makes it so anytime you use a Gagaga monster for Xyz material, that monster is treated as 2 materials instead of 1. So literally it's a 1, it basically makes every Gagaga a 1 card Xyz summon, which is pretty fantastic. Next we got generic Half Unbreak, one of my favorite cards, Impenetrable Attack. This is just defense obviously. Anime card, Guard Draw. You could target an attack resistant monster you control, switch it to defense, and then draw a card. So this is good defensively, and you get to draw a card. So really great. We got Moon Bumper. This is situational. You can take this card out for something in the side deck, because this is more for like if you know your opponent has cards that specifically negate attacks, you activate this card. I think it'll negate the effect, and then negates all monster effects. They all lose 800 attack. And yeah, so it's really powerful if you know your opponent negates a lot of attacks. So like you say, he has Scrap Iron, Scarecrow, he has Shooting Star Dragon, and a bunch of other stuff to negate. Yuma also has obviously stuff to negate. So if you know your opponent has stuff to negate, use this card. Other than that, you don't really need to use it. You could swap it for something else in the extra deck. And the final cards are Katsu Bingo Challenge. It's called High Five the Sky, but in the original name it's called Katsu Bingo Challenge. It basically makes it so you can attack, target an Xyz monster during the battle phase that attack this turn, and it can attack again, and your opponent can't activate anything until the. It makes it an Armades effect pretty much. So that's really powerful. It's great. Allows you to attack twice, and your opponent can't do anything. Nothing better than that. And the final card in the deck, Masterpiece, or Halfway to Forever, which is the new name, but I prefer Masterpiece. This pretty much makes it so you could summon Utopia Hope, but since Hope is obviously not in this deck, this is pretty much just made to summon only exclusively Future Hope, obviously. So yeah, this is good to summon Future Hope, and that's why that's there. But yeah, so that's the main deck. The extra deck, I'm going to go starting from the highest rank and move down to the lowest for very obvious reasons. The highest rank that Yuma has is a Gauntlet Launcher, which is a rank 6, which you can summon with the Dododo monsters and as well as the Gagaga monsters. There's a bunch of combos to go off, so you can still summon this. He's really good. I just found out recently that his effect is not once per turn, so you could just attach to pop something twice in that same turn, which is pretty freaking great. I love it. He has a lot of defense. He has a decent amount of attack points, so he's good. I really love him. I love using him. Next, we got the rank 4s, and there's quite a few of them. So we got the obvious Gagaga Cowboy, or Gagaga Gunman, which is the official name. We got Gagaga Samurai. We got Heroic Champion Excalibur, which was given to Yuma by Gosh when he defeated him in a duel. He gave him that in the tournament. So that's awesome that he has that. That's so freaking cool. I love that. And yeah, you need 2 warriors for that, which is why I have, Gagaga Cross in there. The other rank 4 is One-Eyed Skill Gainer. I don't have this card in real life. This is a proxy, but I need to buy it. It requires 3 level 4, so it's kind of hard to summon, and it's not very good unless you're fighting other Xyz monsters. So if you're fighting another Zeo character, or like Yudo or Shun or something like that, you could use this card. He's basically, you could detach 1 material from this card to target 1 face-up Xyz monster your opponent controls. This card's name and original effect becomes the same as that monster. So it steals its name and effect. It basically becomes that monster until the end phase, I think. Yeah, while this card is face up on the... Oh, it's not till the end phase, permanently. And you could do that. So that's pretty cool. It literally steals. It literally copies. So that's pretty interesting. You could do some cool plays. I haven't gotten to use it because most of the time I'm not facing another Xyz player. I'm usually facing Yuya or Yuma, or Yusei or whoever, and they don't run Xyz, so I don't get to use it, but it's a card that he has. It's a card that you can use, so it's there. And then the final rank 4 is Maestro the Symphony de Jin. This was in his Duelist pack. He didn't use this in the anime, but it was in his Duelist pack, in the Japanese Duelist pack. So yeah, so that's in there. Really good card. Finally, the rank 3s, and he does have rank 3s, obviously. We got the 3 Dijin monsters, Miserin, Tempo, and Mela Melody. I believe is how you say it. Yeah, Mela Melody. Yeah. So these are just the rank 3 plays. That's why Zubaba Buster and Zubaba Knight are in there. That's why they're in there. And you have other ways to do it too. Obviously, Gagaga Magician and Gagaga Girl, as well as you could also do the Gagaga Kaiser and Clerk combo. Banish one of them from the graveyard to make them both level 3s. So like, there's ways to do it other than just those 2. Because they can transform their levels and stuff. And then finally, the final Xyz monster, the one you've all been waiting for, number F0 Future Hope, or Future Number 0 Future Hope, which I love that name so much better. This card is powerful. This card is fantastic. It's one of my favorite cards in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! It has so much meaning to me. because I love Yuma and I love that final duel and I love what this monster represents, and it's just awesome. This card is so powerful, it's really cool. He pretty much takes any monster your opponent controls. You battle with it, and then he steals it, and then you can attack with that opponent's monster. He gets it back at the end phase. You take no damage. He can't be destroyed by battle. If he's destroyed by card effect, you could attach a material to prevent him from being destroyed by that card effect. So he's just fantastic. Does he have another effect? No, I don't think so. Yeah, so he pretty much just steals your opponent's stuff. You have him sitting there on the field. Your opponent can't do anything. He would have to negate his effect in order to do anything, because he can't be destroyed. He has 0 attack, 0 defense. You can't get over him with anything unless you negate his effect, because he can't be popped and he can't be destroyed by battle. And I take no battle damage when I'm battling with him. So he's just the pest, honestly. Yeah. We're gonna get into the side deck real quick. It's not a lot, it's very simple and straightforward. Mostly just more Gagaga support and Gogogo support. We got Magical Undertaker. He's just a flip effect monster. You flip him up, and then you can target a spellcaster monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Level 4 or lower. So yeah, that's the only monster really. I left a lot of the other monsters out for Astral's deck profile when I built that. We got Gagaga Shield. We got Session Draw. So I would probably take out Moon Bumper for Session Draw just to, you know, allow you to draw cards, you know, faster. This card is really great. This is an anime card. During your draw phase, draw one more card in addition to your normal draw. If you drew a monster with both those draws with the same level, you can Xe summon right away. So that's good. And if not, you still get to keep both the cards, which is good. So it's pretty much just a draw 2 during your draw phase, which is great. We got Must Die Draw. I didn't add this in the main deck, even though it was in this deck, because this card is just very risky, and I'm not that risky of a player. You know, it's when an opponent's monster whose attack is higher than your life points, it clears attack, and it's very specific. Draw one card, reveal it, and then if it's a trap card, negate the attack, and then you can activate the trap card. That's what he did to combo off with Masterpiece in the show. But like I said, that's very risky. The chances of you doing it in that situation and then also being able to draw a trap card is like very slim. So I didn't. It just wasn't consistent enough. But it's a cool card to try out for fun. So obviously that's in there. For the spell cards, we got Gogogo Talisman. We got Gagaga Bolt. Gagaga Tag. Wonder Wand. We got Gagaga Thunder. We got Gagaga Back. There's Gagaga Mirror, the one that I didn't use, and I used Gagaga Cross instead. And then Overlay Barrage is in there too. It's an anime card. Oh, I'll read Gagaga Mirror since this is an anime card. Activate this card by targeting one Gagaga monster you control. This card can be treated as an Xe material for the Xe summon with the same level as that monster. So it's the same thing as the other one, but the other one's better because it copies everything else too, and it becomes an actual monster on the field. This doesn't. Yeah. And then Overlay Barrage, target one Xyz monster you control that has an Xyz material, send all of the materials to the graveyard, and inflict 500 to your opponent for each material sent by this effect. So, you know, if you're in a tough spot and you know, your opponent is almost dead, do this, bam, burn for 1,000. So there you go. In case if you can't get over their brawlic monsters, just burn your way out of the situation pretty much. But yeah, so that's the side deck. Simple, straightforward. It's a very simple, straightforward deck. I don't really need to go through all the combos because it's just the generic Gagaga combos and Gogogo combos and this and that. Strengths of this deck. It's a lot of fun. It works pretty well together. It's not perfect, I'll admit, it's not perfect, but it is fun. You can do a lot of cool stuff. Summoning Utopic Future is really not that hard. There's a lot of really good spells and traps that help you get everything situated. Unfortunately, this deck has no search, which is one of its major weaknesses, so you kind of have to do that, but you have enough draw power to get stuff out. But this deck is just very powerful. Once you have Future Hope on the field, that's pretty much all you need, really, for in most situations. That's all you need. And then stuff to protect them, obviously. Obviously, you know, you guys could add cards like Xyz Reflect and stuff like that. That's what I would normally add. But I wanted to try out different cards in this build because, you know, I don't want to always use the same cards. I want to give you guys different builds to try out, different cards and combos and strategies to try out. That's why I didn't run the the generic cards like Axis Reflect and all that other really powerful stuff. So yeah, the weaknesses of this deck, even though it flows pretty well together, it kind of doesn't at the same time, because the Gagaga Gogogo Dododo monsters don't specifically work with each other very well, obviously, because they work for their own specific archetype individually. It's just very difficult, because if they all work together, the deck would be perfect. It would synergize well. So it's not perfect synergy. Does the deck work? Yes. Is it powerful? Yes. Is it fun? Definitely. But is it perfect? And is it consistent all the time? Not necessarily. But I guarantee you, you'll still win. It's a very powerful deck. Very good. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just being realistic. They don't work that perfectly well together. But this deck does have enough defensive capabilities and draw power for you to, you know, get what you need. So I love this deck. It's so much fun. I love using it. I'm glad I built it. It's really great. And I hope you guys enjoyed this deck profile too. Just try it out, guys. Let me know, what did you guys think of the deck? Did you have fun with it? What was your experience? Did you have fun with it? And yeah. And you guys already have the little Yugi ceremonial deck, so you could clash those against each other. We already did, and it was absolutely fun, and it was absolutely powerful. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for everything. God bless you guys. See you guys on the next one. Gotcha!